But I believe that this passport is a way to implement like a type of like social credit system, or like for them to know like everything we do without them actually like needing our information. Because
Pretty
look, they know everywhere we're going. They know what we're doing. It's like yes,
They were
vaccinated.
like,
Why don't we just get a paper? Why don't we just get a paper? Why do we need a QR code? Isn't that like a bit fishy to anyone?
honestly, do you want my honest
China,
answer to
China,
that shit? Do you want my
China.
honest answer to the paper versus QR code thing?
Yeah, yeah, go.
Because motherfuckers suck at paper. They just suck. You think people are gonna actually keep a piece of paper on them successfully for a long period of time and not be like trash about paper management? Like, I'm gonna say I'm trash at paper management. You ask me to keep a fucking piece of paper on me. A, it's gonna get wet. I'm gonna do some shit like spill coffee on it. I'm gonna fuck up my paper. And now my phone is cool. I'm actually like kind of pro like the technological use of the vaccine thing on my phone, on a sense of like realistically how the fuck else am I gonna actually manage this. I want that. Like, my phone's waterproof. I can like literally, I've done it. I can like, you can like jump in a swimming pool with some of these phones and you're alright.
I've done that before. Like before the phone's waterproof, and it's like I wish I had the new phones.
So that makes my like vaccination passport rainproof. If I'm like, as I cycle, I'm one of them cycle motherfuckers that be out there in the fucking rain if I have to get to place. So like, I don't want to have to like worry about garbage bags on my paper. Like, there's some shit that I think the phone solves quite easily in my life personally. So I'm cool with it. And that, it's like, who doesn't have a smartphone? It kills a lot of excuses, is all I'm saying.
No, I get that, but it's like, look, China implemented a social credit system 3 years ago, and I believe that this is like a way. I don't believe like some people are fucking crazy. Like they're putting vaccine to implement chips in you. I'm like, don't you think like that's not possible? Like they need to do a surgery.
Like, bro, you got a cell phone, you're chipped. Like, it's over. You're
Exactly.
already tracked.
Exactly. So I don't get that part, but I feel like this is a way to implement a social credit system.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
not against that. That's fair enough. Definitely,
I
like,
believe it's a
society's
possibility.
leaning
I'm
that
not
way.
trying to say it's set in stone, but I believe it's a definite possibility because 3 years. I believe this was a way to do it because if you would have told people 2 years ago before the pandemic, oh, we're implementing a social credit system, people would have said, no, go fuck yourself. That's what they would have said, and they would have said no. They're like, well, we'll just elect a new government. But this way, by doing the vaccines, they can do it without like any repercussions or any like fight back or something. You know what I mean?
So effectively, what I think I'm interpreting, and I really like what you're saying because it's interesting. I am very familiar with the social credit system. In case y'all don't know out there, basically they use the 5G, which gives you more devices to track more shit. That's what 5G is really about: is more devices and tracking. It's not really about radiations and control. It's just better spying. Because what it'll mean is you'll have like 40 cameras hidden in a door instead of one. That's the difference between 5G and 4G, to be honest with all of y'all, once it's up and running. With
Oh, it's
that,
gonna be running very shortly. I already have someone in Greenfield Park. We were running.
and then like you run that back to like how the social credit score goes. It's like if you jaywalk, you lose points, but like whatever, it's like really about like civil laws and shit and decency and normative conforming behavior and shit.
No, if instead of losing points for fucking jaywalking, my fucking social credit system would be like at 1 or 2.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, all of a sudden, if you found out that if you jaywalked, you're gonna lose social credit opportunities, and you want to be Mr. Rapper Man. I'm in the same boat here, by the way. I still want to be Mr. Rapper Man, and I gotta think about it. That's why I got the vaccinations. I'm like, shit, I want to go to New York. Give me a shot. I don't have a choice here. It's like I want to travel, and yo, traveling without the things back then would have meant 2 weeks of fucking sitting in a hotel by yourself, and I'm like, I'm not rich enough for that shit.
Well, actually, my parents told me about that. There's like a big protest. Like, it's illegal to do that in Canada. Like people when they came back from Canada, they were trying to put them in the hotel at the airport, and people were saying no because it's actually illegal to keep people in a hotel. So that you could have just said that's against their rights.
But like, there's
But like some countries,
ramifications.
like
But there's
some countries,
ramifications to making that fight just in general. Like, basically, like, my work might see that shit, and I don't know if I want that smoke. So, unfortunately, there are already. Yo, actually, on like a social credit kind of idea, I had like, there's this wildly big epiphany that I had where my like CEO's my Facebook friend. And
that's
I'm
fun.
sure he doesn't necessarily peep everything I do, but I'm pretty sure they peep some shit I do. So I gotta be a little bit wise. Like there's certain things I never talk about online.
For
Just
sure,
never
for
bring
sure.
it up. And like I keep it to a degree of tame
Well,
because
yeah, there's like a certain thing you just like some aspects of information you just don't say online because, like you said, once it's online, it's always online.
but the other side of it is I find our current financial credit system and the rules of behavioral conduct required to elevate in social status to be almost exactly in manifestation the way that the Chinese social credit system plays out, except that we get to say fuck more and they get to do some other shit different. But like honestly, you climb the social ladder a bit and you just get the same rules. You just get the same shit already. Already there's invisible versions of it. And I only say this because I'm really bad at it. Like people who have met me in real life and shit can attest that I might not be the most socially elegant person. And so I study like the behavioral dynamic rules a little bit so I can like have less friction in my life, so to speak. And nah, like even my haircut and shit might be preventing opportunities in my life and shit just on the rules of how certain things and
How
forces
you
at
supposed
play.
to? Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like, yeah, you could say there's a fear of a social credit system coming. To me, it would just add a number to something that already exists. It would be my feelings on that.
I agree with you on that.
So I'm not afraid of it. It's already here for me. I already feel the pressures of it. I adapt a little more than I thought I would when I was younger, and I don't hate it. I kind of like my life a lot more now. It's like reduce friction, but like keep principles, and that's important to me.
I get that. I get that.
But yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. That was super nifty. All of your thoughts on that. But unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot of choice. Basically, you go perform. Even I think there's still clauses where if you're a performer, you can get around needing to be vaccinated. On some, it's
That's
illegal
why.
to ask your employees if if they got the shot. For now, I'm gonna say for now.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, I don't. I don't. I believe it's gonna be. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. They're gonna make more rules and stuff like that. You're not gonna go to work or something. Look, my
yeah,
dad. My dad, he works for the government. They said if you don't get vaccinated, you have to retire. Because my dad's fucking pissed the fuck off because he's only getting half of his pension, and he was supposed to retire in like 3 years and get his full pension.
that's
So,
fucking wild.
and he's fucking mad. Like I mean, like he lost like he was supposed to get a pension of like I think $120,000 a year, and he's only getting 60.
I'd be livid, very
He's
livid.
fucking infuriated. He literally anyone he just because like he's okay with me getting a vaccine. He understands like I need to make I want to live my life. I want to do my stuff. He understands that, but he says you come to my house and you try to send me take my vaccine. He's like get the fuck out of my house. He's like it's my right. He's my choice. He's like especially like I'm getting forced to retire now because I don't want to hear your stupid shit. He's like I don't want to take it, and I could completely understand because there is risks. He's like he's old, he's a little older. He's not 60 yet, but he's gonna be like he's like 58 years old, and it's like there is a risk. You know what I mean? At that age. And it's like, I can understand him for not wanting to take that risk. He's in perfectly good health. He has no heart attacks, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like, why would he take the risk? And it's not like he's gonna get COVID. He doesn't really go out anywhere. You know what I mean? My dad's like kind of the person who stays at home and does like his own things.
Yeah, that's actually like really big. I never thought about that angle. Um, I mean, I know it's kicked in, right? And I guess there's a lot of people I see angry about it, and I understand it. But like from a position of like I don't live it, so it's that like
You can't like get as
outsider.
like
And I hear shit like that, and I'm like, say a word, eh? That's some logistical shits where like, yo, that's like, imagine how many pensions that hit. Like on my like conspiracy theorist side of shit, because I do have a little bit of a conspiracy theorist brain when I hear shit like that. It's like, say a word. I wonder if there was like, okay, we can save this much money if we get this many
maybe.
people to retire early and fuck it. Because yo, like they be wildly, in my opinion, doing that kind of economic bullshit. If you tell me about white collar crime, I believe it most of the time with the government.